Oh, it's windy. Hi everybody, and welcome to my studio again today. As I promised, we're going to paint some pansies today, or at least first of all we're going to have a little biology lesson, and I'm just going to show you some photos of pansies that I found on the internet. This is a group of typical cultivated pansies that we all grow in our gardens, and you can see that they are of all sorts of different colours. And the great thing about painting pansies is that really you can just make them up because they look real, because they don't look real. So colourful, so beautiful, and so many different possibilities for mixing colours. So there's a little bunch there that would inspire anybody. This is a little bit more detail about an older variety, because they used to be called violas, and in the wild I think they are called violas, but that's what the pansies have come from. Here you can see the shape of the leaves a little bit, which is useful when you're drawing them and painting them. And you can also see that the petals didn't used to be so big, but they still have the colour around the edges, on the outside edges, and they have the dark shades in the middle, and then in the centre you've got this bright orange-yellow. And here's another group of typical pansies that we see in our gardens all the time. A very dark purple colour with an even darker indigo blue centre, and then the bright yellow standing out there. Very typical. And look at the nice oval shaped leaves with their little serrated edges, their little round serrations. And this is the shape of the actual pansy flower, and we're going to look at this today. The way to draw this, I'll show you a quick way of drawing this without getting into all sorts of complications. You see they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. This one is kind of like two joined together. It makes a heart shape. Then you've got 2 behind and 2 behind that. And I have a quick way of helping you to draw that easily and quickly. And here is the viola, from which all of these magnificent blossoms come. And the thing to notice here is these lines that come out from the centre, which look like a starburst kind of thing. That's also very typical and adds a lot to the character of the flower. And here you can see the shapes of the leaves with their nice round serrations and their lovely fresh green colour. So let's get started with our drawing. Into my sketchbook. A few things I've been doing recently. Skip past that. Okay, so the way to draw a pansy is to start off by drawing 2 brackets like that, as if you know how when you put brackets around words. So back to back brackets, and then you draw an upside down heart like that. Make it a little bit uneven, doesn't need to be perfectly symmetrical. And that heart comes from the bottom of the bracket. And then from the top of the bracket, you do another petal like that, and then another one on the other side. And then at the top, because we've got 5 petals all together, we go over here and over here. And there we are, lo and behold, we have a pansy, and we can just indicate here where the colour gets darker in the middle. You can indicate the veins coming out that we noticed, and when you come to paint it, I'll show you a trick to make the colour blend nicely. And then we can draw a stalk coming out like this, and the leaves with their nice round serrations go like that. So there we are, pansy drawing. I'm going to have free downloadable of the design that we're going to do, which will be on the website dianeantone.com for you to take if you would like it when you visit my website. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so I have a basic pansy shape here, and I'm going to start with the centre being yellow. And a little bit of burnt sienna and a little bit of blue for the green, because there's green on the inside there. And then I'm going to wet the biggest leaf, the bottom one. Then I'm going to just touch some colour to the outside edge and let it flow. And then from the centre, I'm going to just pump in some violet here, just by stippling up and down like that. And we will let that flow, but also just put in a few of the veins. A bit wasteful of paint, but okay, so then the next one, do a similar thing. Pump in the violet. Number 3. Remains to be seen how this will dry. And then do the 2 back ones a bit lighter, like that. As I say, we'll see how that goes, and then we will paint the leaves. This is a mixture of cerulean blue and transparent yellow to give a nice light green. And vary it a little bit with some other greens just to make it a bit more realistic. Not that realism is my thing really, but okay. So that's one. Do another one here. Same kind of thing. yellow centre, a little bit of rust, that's burnt sienna, a little bit of green, and then wet the leaf, petal. Wet the petal. Let's do a mauve one. Then I'm going to put indigo here. And then again. Okay. Stem. Leaf. I think this needs a bit more freedom. So there we are, a few tips on how to paint pansies. I hope you enjoyed following along with me today in the studio, and I look forward to seeing you again here next time. Thanks very much again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye. Bye bye.